Hello and welcome back. We are back with another feature game, and in this particular game we are going to watch DerStudikopf play the Henry. And you might remember DerStudikopf from a game he and I had a while back, where we basically managed to denied an enemy win in the very last second twice and turned that game around. So if you haven't watched that, go do so. But for now, we're gonna watch this particular game. As you can see, we have two CVs, since this is after all in the 0.8.0 update. We have also a whole bunch of battleships, and unsurprisingly only 2 destroyers. The DD obviously have suffered quite a lot from this update, with all the rocket planes and so on. Surprisingly that they're not more cruisers though. But the ship's AA have not really been balanced, I would say, and ships that would be normally strong might not be it anymore, and the ships that would be normally quite weak might be good. So the matchmaking will be a bit strange for a lot of these games. We see that most of the spotted enemy teams are in the west, as both the CVs on Studi's team spawn there. And the Studio managed to get a good hit on a shimmy quite a distance, got a fire, which is still ticking. A friendly Z23 trying to get into the cap to contest it against the Kagero, but he hits a torp and goes down. Meanwhile, DerStudikopf has been trying to form a bit of damage on the Bismarck. But he will go behind an island, making it not a feasible target anymore. We also see on the minimap that both the enemy CVs have spawned on the west and are focusing the planes there. So for now, DerStudikopf is left mostly alone from planes. Because there are not many planes here, the Kagero can actually cap D. DerStudikopf is pinging the map, trying to get Salem to act with the radar so they can reset the cap. But it looks like the Salem is busy with something else. Possibly he doesn't have it active. But basically they will lose the cap, and unsurprisingly DerStudikopf is not particularly impressed by the lack of radar in that situation. We did see a whole bunch of ships going towards the decap as well, and first of those is Republic, a ship that is notoriously weak against HE spam, and the Henry does have a large caliber HE, so it's a good opportunity for DerStudikopf to farm some damage, and we see a first here, almost 8k, and a fire, of course. Secondaries are shooting at him, but he will be moving out of range fairly soon. The Republic does do a tactical beaching here, so the torps that were sent will, of course, never reach him. But nevertheless, he can quite comfortably sit at this range and just keep hitting him with HE. A bit northeast of DerStudikopf, the North Carolina together with the Sea actually managed to get Kagero killed. So they have managed to equalize in that regard. They are still one cap down though, and they also just lost the Salem that didn't want to radar before. Republic is going down very rapidly though, and he is not having a particularly good time. Unfortunate, it's the Des Moines that gets the kill, and DerStudikopf also eats a fairly big chunk of damage as a last parting gift from the Republic. But at least DerStudikopf got some decent damage from it. But with both the Kagero and the Republic gone, it will allow him to move a bit closer to D. We see we have a Des Moines north of it. There's also a Bismarck, a Stalingrad, and an enemy Henry, which are fairly close, just around the area between C and D. Up in the far north we also see the two enemy carriers. But so far they have been very uninterested in this side of the map. DerStudikopf is holding back a bit. I'm assuming it is to let the Des Moines pass the island before continuing to push a bit more. And because he could quite safely shoot at the Bismarck. And he does get another fire on him. DerStudikopf has actually managed to stealth fire a bit. Just as he switched to AP and turn on his riddle booster. The line of sight is broken, and it's unfortunately a wasted consumable. The Lexington planes got a bit close. DerStudikopf activates the defensive A. Unfortunately, that was also a bit of a waste of consumables, since he's not actually going for DerStudikopf, he's trying to get the Des Moines. Otherwise in this game, both teams have managed to get 4 kills. But over at B, the enemy team has managed to push back Studikov's teammates. So the fight is not going entirely in their favor. The first set of torps that Studikopf launched on the Bismarck missed since the Bismarck turned in. But he obviously has torps on the other side as well and can just rush him. Waiting to make sure that the sprees will hit, which they do. We also see that behind this island there was the Hakuryu waiting for him. And even without defensive AA, the Henry is absolutely shredding the planes from the Hakuryu. With some AP and real booster, Studikopf can also absolutely destroy the Hakuryu in return. Unfortunately, the last salvo will not be ready for him to get the shot off before he's behind the island, and the Hakuryu escapes. The Bismarck also died to someone else, so even though Studikopf has managed to get almost 200,000 damage right now, he still doesn't have a single kill. He's shooting at Stalingrad now though, waiting perhaps a bit too long to switch to HE since AP on a Stalingrad, even the lead spit angle is questionable. As someone who's been playing Yamato all Clan Wars, I can definitely attest to that. But he will be going down. Studikopf will be getting his first kill. Both CVs have been focusing quite a bit now on Studikopf, and he's been shooting down a lot of planes. But in return he has eaten some damage, and he's getting quite low. Enemy Henry is very nicely reversing with a pretty good broadside, allowing Studikopf to once again activate his reload booster and start hammering the Henry. Even getting a Citadel, trying to get him killed, which he does. Also getting the High Caliber award. But the enemy CVs are both still trying to get Studikopf killed. We see the number of planes he's shooting down is quite disgusting, to be honest. The enemy team has completely fallen apart, and they're now left with only the Yamato and Lexington. Yamato is low. But so is Studikopf, and he just activated his last heal, so he will try and not take too much damage. Yamato is focused elsewhere, but Lexicon is still trying to get him killed. The game is obviously over, and for Studikopf the important part is to stay alive, get more damage, maybe more kills, shoot down some more planes perhaps, to make the game better than it already has been. Studikopf actually gets the kill, and considering the amount of damage he has been doing, and the ship that he was very close to killing but didn't get, say that's well deserved. Now it's only Lexington left. He's currently behind an island, but will for whatever reason decide to move out of cover. Maybe it's to try to mitigate the damage from the midway torpedo bombers, but it will obviously allow DerStudikopf and the other players on his team to start shooting at him. Lexington is still doing what he can to get him killed, but broadside AP, it's gonna hurt a lot, and we see the damage that DerStudikopf managed to get from this situation. Luckily Henri is a fast ship, so he will actually manage to avoid all but one torpedo, and the last 1000 HP of Lexington will go down, and DerStudikopf will win the game. And looking at the result screen, we see a lot of very good numbers. Starting with the damage, 259, almost 1000 damage. It's a really good results. Almost 200 hits with the main armament, 3 torpedo hits on the Bismarck, 58 planes, considering how long it took for the CVs to actually start attacking DerStudikopf. That's still a pretty decent number. Only 3 kills. We had the Lexington in the end, Hakuryou and the Bismarck that were all mostly DerStudikopf's damage, so it could very well have been other 3 kills there. He did get the Yamato for pretty much for free, but say that he definitely earned around 5 kills, so 3 might be a bit low in that regard. Only 9 fires, which makes the damage all the more impressive. Usually with the Henri you will see a higher number, but doesn't really matter when you still get over 250,000 damage. 13 citadels. We had citadels on both the CVs and the Henri. 13 is definitely not a bad number. Utilizing the reload booster quite well in those situations. Over 700,000 credits and 15,500 XP with roughly 3,000 free XP. Dreadnought obviously, and high caliber. Team score wise, DerStudikopf is top of the team, quite obviously. More plane kills than the second and third best plane killers in the game, 58 as we saw before, and over 3.1k base XP, which is always good to get across 3,000. Second best on the team only had roughly 2.4, so quite a substantial difference between DerStudikopf and the rest. So all in all, a pretty good game. Fairly slow in the beginning since most of the ships were on the other side of the map, and all the 4 CVs were mostly focused on that side as well. Perhaps if we're going to be really strict, there might have been a few instances of misused consumables, but in the end, didn't really matter. DerStudikopf had a very good game and a good performance all around. And towards the end, with the harassment from 2 CVs, it was quite exciting as well. So, well done, DerStudikopf, and I hope you have enjoyed watching him play with 2 CVs and a lot of other ships as well.